This morning, Marriott reported earnings, and the reported earnings was solid. The outlook was a little bit weak. I think there was disappointment about the net room growth for the second half or the end of the year. One of the things I'm looking for is, weakness in upper end, companies. And I think recently we had LVMH and Hermes or Gucci, I forget who was, reporting softer expected future sales. So, with Marriott joining that group, maybe we are starting to see a crack at the upper end, which is really this consumer that's been holding this. Between AI spending, capex spending, and the upper end consumer, those are the two pieces that have been holding, this economy together. It's not been housing, it's not been autos, it's not been, other manufacturing. So if we lose those two pieces, and I'm not saying we have, but we're starting to see cracks in the AI capex spending and then the upper end. So
yeah, I'll be interested in seeing if the Marriott numbers they mentioned, was it the Ritz-Carlton, St. Regis, JW part of their portfolio, or was it the other part of the portfolio? Because the upper end consumer is really only part of the Marriott brand.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to dig into it, but that's a good question.
Bob, when was the last time you stayed at a Marriott?
Not a Marriott, but a Wyndham a couple of weeks ago.
How come you're not at the big Chicago card show this weekend?
It was this past week. I was going to say, talk about, I think sports cards have done better than stocks in the past year. They're up 50%. Sports cards are up 50% in the past year. It's insane. So there might be a bubble there, speaking of bubbles and where that money comes from. But the sports card market is just absolutely on fire.
Yes, Bob knows a tremendous amount about it, but I don't want to say anything because Bob hasn't told me I can say anything.
You go to these shows and you're walking around looking at dealers' tables, cards in there, all the big dealers, $1 million plus cards. At a card show, they're sitting there with $1 million plus cards in their case. And in some cases, people are buying.
That's crazy. Buying with Tesla, with SpaceX stock certificates. No, a friend of mine, I'll put it this way. I don't want to say it's a sign of a bubble, but it is an interesting data point. So there's a very, very fast growing company called Whatnot. I don't know if either of you are familiar with Whatnot. So yeah. Whatnot is like an eBay, but for video. And it's very popular with card sellers. And I know someone who invested in the company. They had asked me, do I know anything about it? I was like, look, this other friend of mine, his son has been selling cards on there, buying them one place, arbitraging, selling, doing pretty well. And like I said, it's like eBay on video. So he went to the card show this weekend because he made, I don't know, 5 or 10 grand in a week doing this. And so now he wants to go get some cards. And so I said to this friend of mine, hey, that's great until the music stops. He can all of a sudden have an inventory. He goes, yeah, well, he'll learn his lesson. I mean, he's 14, so this is a good time to learn a $10,000 lesson. But buying and selling those cards, yet another venue to do it. Bob, I hope to see you on Whatnot sometime soon.
We're not going to be on Whatnot. I'm waiting for LeBron James to call me.
Yeah, Whatnot is more for kind of smaller retail cards. But yes, I want LeBron James to call you too and offer you a ton of money for your collection. We will send that out there. Well, it's a Monday, so let's see if that happens by Friday. LeBron James, you are on a timer now. You have 1 week, at least 1 week for me to be happy about it and to get my commission. But everybody else, enjoy the week. For Wall Street Beats, I'm David Maris, Bob Morris, Charlie Peabody. Again, have a great week.